weed of the week is a tough perennial weed. It's quackgrass.
All right, how you're going to stop quackgrass is going to be different than how you might stop a winter annual. But before we even get to that, let's talk a little about identification. The main thing you're looking for here with quackgrass is, yes, you can dig the plant up and look for that perennial root system that includes rhizomes. But the number one thing I always look for is the clasping auricles. So that's a little different.
Yeah, at the base of that leaf blade where it hooks up to the stem, it's got two little finger-like projections that hook around it. Also, you'll normally see a wider blade, darker green grass out in a lawn, for example. That's where we have a lot of trouble with quackgrass, is lawns and alfalfa fields.
Yeah, and unfortunately in lawns, we have no solution for you other than kill the whole lawn and start over.
Well, that's the way it's been with alfalfa too. We've had to start with Roundup, wipe everything out, and then start over. Now we've got Roundup Ready alfalfa. You can certainly do something about it in Roundup Ready alfalfa, but in lawns, it gets to be, well, when that quackgrass gets tall, you can wipe some Roundup across the top of it so you don't kill the whole rest of your lawn, but you do take some hand labor to get the quackgrass under control.
Well, even when you start talking alfalfa, Darren, I don't worry about it that much because I could go hit it multiple times with a weed killer like Select Max, for example.
Out in row crops, they're seeing less quackgrass due to Roundup Ready crops, so we're spraying Roundup in soybeans and in corn, for example.
But the big thing, Darren, is rate. In some of these crops, you can't use a very high rate of Roundup, and ideally, we'd like to use a very high rate of Roundup to thoroughly kill that quackgrass, root and all. And it's hard to do because the rhizome system can be pretty extensive.
And it definitely works better to do that. Use that high rate of Roundup rather than tillage, because if we tear up the quackgrass, a lot of times those rhizomes just shoot up new plants and your problem just spread.
Well, once again, the #1 weed killer for quackgrass is Roundup because it's a perennial weed.
That's all the time we have for this week's Weed, but Iron Talk is coming up next.